In Chattanooga, Tennessee, David Toulis.
That is the analysis of the Strongtown movement. And the Chuck Marone is one of the writers there at a website, which is strongtowns.org, making really remarkable analyses. One that Dave Crockett, our local leading statesman, I would say, says sounds like part of his own playbook, his own analysis of Chattanooga and the future. A city, he says, was once a kick-ass town, but is not now. And the question I have is, what can we do to make it so, once again, here on the David Toulis Show at 92.7 Nooga Radio, 95.3 FM HD4, high definition TV4, you report and the world decides. Now, that claim about you reporting is one that I defend vigorously. And in fact, I defended it and made that as a claim yesterday in an email to Arnold Stoltz. Arnold Stoltz is an attorney downtown in a law business, and he is the city attorney for East Ridge. And I'm pursuing my, you might say, demands. Okay, that the demand is on your behalf, because after all, you report and the world decides. There are two young men who are facing criminal charges in the court of Johnny Houston, the city court, municipal court judge. It's a corporation court where it's a very colorful madhouse yesterday. There were some real cases under Title 39 that came in, and Title 39 being the criminal statutes. Among the charges were four against a young man named Alan DeBerry and another college student, DeJuan Harper. DeJuan was there with his mother and his grandmother. You can see what these people look like on Facebook at Nooga Radio on Facebook. And you can also see a quick interview that Alan gave me outside of the municipal court building. And what I'm concerned about is that these young men are smart, and they are inclined to make a record, to make a report. And they did just that on May 6th at a venue that was the focus of a police raid. Now, this is I call it a raid because that is how it came across to all the participants who were caught up in the excitement of playing cop. These beefy officers with their heavy armaments, they are dressed to kill. They're dressed to defend their very lives and the lives against aliens, against invaders, maybe communists, maybe terrorists. They're ready for action. These officers with their very heavy chests and their heavy backs. And one of them with extraordinarily martial, which means military, martial designs on his bare arms, including the imperial warbird, the same bird that adorns the National Socialist emblems in Nuremberg, the same warbird that the Romans carried around, and now following up in good form the American warbird with crusader type shields with Christian crosses on them. That was the adornments on one of these officers' arms. So anyway, these officers, maybe that one included, but I don't know whether he was involved or not in this seeming almost a gang. It was like a gang activity. What happened on May the 6th at a venue, the Gallery in Red Bank. And so in my correspondence yesterday that I sent to Arnold Stoltz, the city attorney, I said, I'm trying to get a meeting with these people. Because I want you, my listener, to like Red Bank. I want you, my listener, to appreciate Red Bank, to open a business in Red Bank, to recommend Red Bank to your friends, to buy a house in Red Bank, to put up solar panels on your roof in Red Bank. Wait a minute, you can't do that in Red Bank. Solar power is forbidden there. Sorry. But anyway, we want Red Bank to be a progressive and forward-looking and upward-bound city. But it has some bad habits, habits so bad, so long encrusted, so barnacled upon the hull, you might say, of that municipal ship that it's moving very slowly in the water. But we want here at Nooga Radio to advance it, to push it forward. Randall Smith, the city manager does too. When he moved here 7 or 8 years ago, he was told by the real estate person whom he was going to engage or thinking of engaging as agent for him as a buyer, we don't do Red Bank. And this is a rueful comment on the town that he has come to manage. And I'm sure Randall Smith, the city manager of Red Bank, wants there to be changes to the better. And that's what I want here as well. And that's why I'm asking, it's not a demand, of course, it's just a request for a meeting with the mayor. I have a meeting planned with the mayor, John Roberts, Thursday to make the point on your behalf, and my behalf also as a lesser party than you, right? I'm in the press. I have a constitutional protection for doing what I'm doing. The press is free in Tennessee, meaning free. It's free. And of course, Media Radio is free. 92.7 Media Radio is free. Facebook is free. Like us there if you want to. And well, please do. Right? Please want to, and please do. And so in my correspondence, I said there are 4 items on my agenda, and I'm not going to mention one of them. But the first one is, and I preface it by saying I would like to mention to you, as city attorney, concern abusive practices that offend constitutionally guaranteed rights and rights under statute. If these customs are not restrained by law and police department general orders, residents and visitors to the city will fall under distress and anguish at your hand, and the city will face claims against its purse for oppressive acts and a decline in its reputation. So I'm just saying, look, what I'm proposing to discuss is save you money and enhance your reputation. And the first one is officers are threatening people with confiscation of personal property if the citizen uses that personal property, namely smartphones, to make a record of police interactions with the public. Okay, that's my letter to Arnold Stills, part of it. In 2015, your officer threatened my reporter with confiscation of his phone if he did not stop recording an encounter with the public. A seizure for evidence, that was the threat at the time. On May 6th, and then I mentioned the gallery, these men were arrested and their phones seized for being present during a police raid of a party of black students. Reporting on the incident indicates a strong hint of anti-black racism. No personal item can be seized without a warrant, and this case being heard by City Court Judge Johnny Houston today smells strongly of abusive charge stacking to justify the threat and the taking of these 2 men's phones for more than 20 days. So think about it. You have this important computer, a $700 computer, and the cops in Red Bank have stolen your phone and put it in the evidence room as evidence. As evidence of what? What? And then the second important point about Red Bank is the F-bomb. Does Red Bank accept employees and engage employees and keep on the payroll employees who drop the F-bomb? And that's what we heard a lot of. If you read the story at Nuganomics.com and also at the website of our chief sponsor, yournews.com, the affidavit, the sworn statement of Roderick Allen DeBerry, who was at the hearing yesterday with his father. Now, the father, Roderick Allen DeBerry is how they pronounce it, the third, or the senior, came all the way from Nashville, from Memphis, to attend a slight thing. And after I met him and got a quote from him and the son outside the city court, it just occurred to me that Alan DeBerry, the student, a biology student at UTC, is a remarkable man for standing on his ground and not dickering with the district attorney's office for a plea bargain. Right? We'll just plead guilty to some of these charges, and we'll drop the other charges, and we'll just give you some community service. Right? Yeah, you do that, and guess what? There's a blot on your name for the rest of your life, an ignoble blotch on your reputation and your name. So the DeBerrys. Or the DeBerrys are right to say, well, no, these are clearly wrong charges, and we're not going to play your stupid game. You over prosecute, and then you get everybody to dicker, and you threaten people. This is abusive prosecution, and it's called charge stacking. Okay, charge stacking, and by my analysis, it is the charge stacking is done particularly of these two because they made a record, and their constitutional rights were violated, and this is. With the word the F-bomb thrown in liberally, okay?
liberally by these Caucasian beefy types in blue, creating a riot. It was a police-caused riot on May 6th in Red Bank. This has just got to stop. You know, you've got the Keelan beating of that Hispanic man in the gas station parking lot that one night, punching that poor man repeatedly in the face and running his face into the ground. And so those are two of the four things that I have on my agenda. And I only want the best. As I told the city manager when I was doing an open records request there, and he was given charge of supervising me as I was going through the general orders, a notebook about 4 inches thick with all the orders in there. And I was going through them. And I said, well, you know, we're here for the best, right? We're the press, and we want to be your conscience, okay? Because clearly in these things, there's no conscience about violence against the people in your city. And you've engaged people in your city who are blighting your city. There's as much blight in the hearts of some of these officers, it seems, as there is in these boarded up buildings which dot your city. They're all over the place. What are you going to do to revive your city? Now, on that point, there are some things that are stopping the evil, okay, stopping the negatives. Those are some things, and those are, I'd say they're minor, okay? These are minor things. You probably ought to fire a couple of cops down there, and just don't let them, just not let Saudi Daisy hire them, okay, or East Ridge. These are towns that have good and decent officers. Let them not go there, okay? But they're stopping some bad things in these little towns. But what we want to look at today are the good things. Well, the good things that I'd like to suggest are in the strong towns direction, the Chuck Mahone direction. And I've been listening to some podcasts from Chuck Mahone, as a writer at this website that has suddenly, in the past 3 years, exploded in interest worldwide. He has put his hand on a pulse of something that we haven't seen. And I think the number, you want the number? Okay, it's 800-8949, 800-8949. Just about the facts here on the news on the DeBerry case. DeBerry and Hopper and two other young people, everything was just put off for a month. And Alan DeBerry, he was ready to go. He said, I'm ready to proceed. He should have said that and gone ahead and gotten it over with. And Judge Houston said something that I hadn't heard him say before, and that is that in city court, it's not final. Okay, you can have an appeal. If you appeal within 10 days to circuit, you can have your case heard there. Now, I'm not sure how criminal charges are heard in circuit, which is a civil jurisdiction and not going into criminal. But the statute apparently provides for a circuit case trial de novo, which means a new trial from scratch. There's no record in these courts, and there was no stenographer there to make a record in the hearing yesterday. So the thing was delayed, and what's remarkable about the father, just to get back to him, a very dignified businessman. He runs a company called focusedpath.com, and it occurred to me after I had departed that I texted Alan DeBerry this. I said, Alan, you need to be thankful for your dad. He must really love you and care about you, that he would come 5 hours down the highway, 5 hours from Memphis. It would take me probably 7 since I obey the speed limits. And he's here for this slight thing. I mean, this hearing's a slight thing. There he was. He came for you. And when I finally called the father, he had given me his card, and I called him back. I said, sir, can I find out a little bit more about you and your family? Because there's something unusual that you would come all this distance for a corporation court hearing and a kangaroo court hearing. I'm curious to know more about your perspective on your son's dilemma and you, because clearly he's a man of character, and you seem to be one as well. Who are you? Who are the DeBerrys? That's what I want to know. And in fact, you'll hear from him in just a minute. So this is David Toulis. Now, more on there's a story like that in Red Bank that I want to mention, and that is Facebook censorship. Red Bank has a censorship paradigm that is unfortunate, and I want Randall Smith and I want John Roberts, the mayor, and Chief Simpson, I propose these men end the censorship, right? Make sure that when a citizen such as me is making a record of a police encounter, making photographs, that you welcome the attention, and speak respectfully to the citizen. Be thankful that the citizen cares enough about the right to protect the officer's safety, right? The citizen is there to protect the officer's safety as well as the safety of the citizen, right? The danger can go both ways, right? That's why cops are often so aggressive. They feel personally in danger by the citizen. Well, if the man is on the side of the street there making a record, well, that's good for the officer, right? It's good for the citizen and it's good for the officer. The cops should not view being recorded in a public place where they have no expectation of privacy as a threat or danger or anything to be stanched, right? They should not try to stop it. David Tillis here, 800-8949, 800-8949. Becky Roberts works for LifeSiteNews.com. It's a pro-life site in Canada. And the platform, the Facebook platform, is turning now to trusted publishers for moderation, for curating the news. Guess who these trusted sources are? Well, you got CNN and the New York Times. That's why you're seeing a lot more New York Times stuff on the on your feed. Now, what's happened is that Facebook is censoring LifeSite News, which is pro-life. Okay, so pro-life. These are mild pro-life people. They don't show pictures of butchered babies like I do. They don't do that. And so these are very mild pictures. For example, one showing a baby's tiny newborn child's feet in the hands of a dad, presumably. Another one is an ultrasound. Another one in a little composite shot with the bulging belly of a mom, and near her breast there are some tiny baby shoes sitting on the flat part of her breast of her tummy that bulges out, containing obviously. Not the prospect of new life, but new life, distinct human life with its own DNA. So you have an ad disapproval prospect. If you want to see a disapproved ad, go to FB Nigger Radio. FB Nigger Radio. We're live also, by the way, on Facebook. Love your neighbor and buy local. That's my slogan. David Toole is here, the blogger with the biggest pen in Chattanooga, the smartest guy with a bow tie. In Chattanooga, and I sure appreciate your letting me chat with you just for a couple of minutes here. Now, about Facebook, there's a kind of totalitarianism in there. LifeSite has 4 Facebook pages with 962,000 followers all told, including one called Catholics Restoring Culture. There's a kind of a Catholic origin among the staffers of this group. But they're being told that you can't show pregnant mamas, babies, and preborns. By ultrasound, they're blocked. And here's a little bit of jargon from Facebook. Found that a human being actually composes a document back. I would consider using different images. If those are still disapproved, then perhaps the topic might not be able to be used. How about that? On Facebook, you can't have pro-life. Is that right? I can't say specifically in this case, as I'm not on a policy team, this person says. It may be that the topic of choice for your ads is what is being disapproved. So we don't really know why LifeSiteNews.com's ads are being shot down. I definitely understand what you're referring to, this person says from Facebook. But more than likely, the topic you're speaking of may offend some. Or Facebook finds they would rather not allow that type of advertising at this time. Perhaps Facebook would rather remain neutral, as they would not want to offend either side. So while you have authorization to run ads, perhaps this topic might not be the cause of those disapproval. So in other words, a pro-life website can't have ads on pro-life. That's what we're being told by Facebook. Facebook itself has chosen to become highly political by implementing what we'll have to say here and in many other cases, Dennis Prager, PragerU, highly discriminatory practices. So what we have to do, you, my listener, and I, is we need to go to another platform. What else can we do? How else can we improve ourselves and have a free press? Right, the publisher is now Facebook. The publisher that is responsible for content and will mediate and curate content. I say Facebook is a political actor. We read because the worst of these changes have happened since the election of President Donald Trump. which the social media giants horrifyingly realized was facilitated by conservatives very effectively using their services. Their response has been to take an hysterically broad swipe, LifeSite says, at all conservatives and to categorize almost every single issue that LifeSite and other similar publishers cover as being, quote, political. Now, this group had become qualified, right? You became qualified. You get a sort of a license. Becky had to give her home address, her driver's license, and the last 4 digits of her social security number. Go to the radio and Facebook and see a little video with Alan Berry and Puffy. Red Bank Court.
3, 2, 1.
Chattanooga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4. 92.7 FM's news now.
In Oak Ridge, police say a woman in a